Hello everyone. Today's talk is titled The Ninjas of Thought. And so I want to use that imagery to show a sense of navigation in ideology, because I like to play with thoughts and with words and in a sense observe them in the sense that they cannot lie. A ninja has been trained to allow himself to be absorbed by the environment. He has understood that his environment is a part of him and he's a part of his environment. And so the more he can be the natural rhythm, he can be like the wind, the less that anyone can know he was ever there. And so a ninja is trained to move in the shadows, as many movies portray. And you see that in a sense you have the ability to be an aspect of existence regardless of its shape or color. Because there's a story where Confucius was walking one day. And when he was walking, he sees this old guy on some kind of cliff, waterfall type of thing. And the guy's walking. Suddenly, the guy falls. And the guy falls, and as he's falling into this, waterfall type of thing, into the water, and Confucius and his disciples are seeing this, suddenly the guy hits it and comes back as if he's untouched. Even the basket he has is untouched. And so Confucius smiles as if he's understood something and goes up to the man and says, "Hello, sir. At first I thought you were a human being, but now I know you're a spirit." That man, which is that moment in which Confucius is given his greatest lesson, tells him, "I am not a spirit. It's just that when I fell, I became like the water, and when I stepped out of that experience, I was another experience." So that being was communicating the understanding of the human being or the human form having an ability to transparently be many different dimensions of existence. And so the ninjas of thought are those beings who recognize this passage. It's in a sense a passage within your own thought structure in which you recognize you're always the ability that is quickly going through, just like the silent steps of a ninja. But you're a ninja of thought, and what that means is that there is no enemy, but you are well prepared. In the sense that when an enemy originates, you're transparent. So one imagery that I have really resonated with, and I'm not a martial artist, but for example, having a long wooden stick, I always had this vision as if I was a fighter, it would be as if the stick would be dancing, and so I'm just playing with the stick, and so the fighting is being done. So that visualization of a martial art movement where the master is just moving as if it's for him it's a dance, for everybody is something like that. It shows a different processing of life intelligence in the sense that you're allowing your environment to communicate your movement. In the sense that there is no great speech rather than that which is communicated in the moment with a complete awareness, a self-awareness. The ninjas of thought will find themselves able to suddenly move beyond thought. You see that you're not, when you hear something, sound, you're aware of sound beyond the imagery of the words that you're associating with it. And so when someone speaks, you see that, wow, it's been me who's had the ability to choose the intensity of how much I choose to let that sound mean something to you. And there are moments in life where the environment is really the communication and you're part of it. You're always like this. But when you associate and you create subjective realities where it's your world, then that sense of you will in a sense be overwhelmed because it will see that there's more of its intelligence that's communicating with it. In other words, we thought it was just a human being looking. We forgot the whole existence is looking back at us. And so very playfully, my friends, may you see that your environment is your greatest movement. And so it's your ability to be present where you are that is really how the ninja of thought was never disturbed by ideology. He always moved past it. It's as if all those years of training had given him the ability to see the wall not as a wall, but as a platform of liftoff, in how we see in many of these movies like Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon, where they just like literally fly into the air from the wall. It's insane. That's a really high level of martial artists where gravity is like learning from them. Oh, anti that. So it's very important to be aware of your life. And that's simply it. Be aware of thought and how it's present. Don't look for a thinker. Just be aware of how you're present and other aspects of things are present in this awareness and this bubble of presence that you are. Like if you're inside a room or wherever you're listening to this talk, you are somewhere. And so be aware of where you are. Just look around and just breathe and see that you're alive here. You know, just bask in your life. Bask in how you're alive. And through that, then you will have an ability as an observer to move beyond the object of observation. For your knowing is being more clear through the confrontation of life you're having and the intensity of depth you're looking at things. So no longer symbols can be the same for you because your depth has increased. It's as if a new dimension has been added to your thought when you suddenly realize there was a whole world outside of the cave. I hope this talk shows you that you know what you are, and from knowing what you are, you also know what to do. And so you must naturally allow it. You must let it be. And once all your intentions and actions has become as simple as your breathing, it's no longer you breathing. You have the intelligence of the whole moment present within you. Much blessings and namaste.